Alright everybody, hello, hello, and hello some more. This is JDark X211 coming at you with another Horizon Forbidden West playthrough. Now, last time I recorded, I had just gotten Poseidon, brought it back to Gaia, done all our conversations with all the stuff in the base, and now it's time to go and get Demeter. But several new icons have popped up, so we're going to take care of that first, and then I should also warn you. I've been doing a lot of exploring and a lot of collecting in the meantime. So, as you can see, I have severely pimped myself out. Still have not been able to find what I wanted to for this thing. I have several different coils and weaves. I even actually managed to find 4 of these all defense ones. But the problem is that it only increases by 3%. I've been trying, and it turns out that they do have dual weaves. Shock and acid, purge water and plasma, purge water and frost, fire and electricity, acid and purge. But I have not been able to find one that is both ice and plasma. Well, since plasma is the rarer, I went with an ice one. And of course, this one to increase my weapon stamina, since I have 2 stamina regain. I also decided to go. I also upgraded several of the legendary weapons I've been able to acquire, but these things are so expensive to fuel. I mean, who ever heard of an arrow? Excuse me, an arrow that requires volatile sludge for its ammo. So instead, I decided on a little something else, and got myself some instead very rare equipment. Stealth and concentration, since I already got plenty of knockdown, overdraw, knockdown damage, overdraw, in close range. So this will enable me to sneak up on them and get them if they're too far away for me to get to. Adhesive warrior bow with lots of adhesive and melee follow-up. Huh. I thought it was you shoot them and then you hit them, but I guess in this case it's that you gotta hit them and then shoot them. Firestorm warrior bow. If you remember, I got this from Scalding Spear. Increases range damage for a limited time after successful. Yeah, so I gotta hit them and then shoot them. Glow Blast Sharpshoot Bow. This does, everything this does, what it's supposed to. It's got both high hitting long range arrow and of course tear blast arrows. And it's even got plasma to boot, plus extra component tear. Got this thing, the pulverizing spike thrower. Decreases draw speed and gives me and also if I hit them, increases like my warrior bow. Reason I gave it that one is because it has a close range damage increase. And finally, my surprise acquisition, the Thunderbolt Shredder Gauntlet. I gotta say, I was surprised when I started using this thing, when I use this thing on the hunting grounds, but it's actually grown on me. If I'm dealing with just one big target from a safe distance, it's actually quite useful being able that I can throw it 3 times and each time deals bigger damage until the third. I forget if it's the 3rd or the 4th time I throw it, and then it explodes. But it also has increased knockdown damage along with the long range, so I made sure to give it a couple knockdown coils. But I gotta say, my weapon wheel looking pretty stacked. But for right now, let's get down to this dialogue.
I know Varl meant well, bringing up Rost. I guess it's hard to talk about. With everything going on, it feels easier to set those memories aside. At least for now.
Ailey's a fighter, not a lover.
Beta's been difficult to figure out. She's just so closed off. I get that the Zeniths were cruel to her, that the one called Tilda abandoned her, but I can't get her out of her shell.
Oh.
Maybe nothing can.
Oh, like you have any right to talk. This lot wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for Varl insisting. Let's see. Bulwark. Vadis's scroll. Huh?
This must be from the cool route. Between the Rockbreaker and the Slitherfang, Regalla really wrecked the arena. And I have a feeling she won't stop trying until Hikaru's dead.
Is that an eye or a piece of Regalla's Slitherfang that was defeated in the arena collected by Katalo? Looks more like an eye. Or... no, a grinder? Seems like after every big story mission there's, you know, little bits and pieces of mementos here and there. That's Varl and Zoe's room. It's a shame I can't access anything in there yet. Let's see. Huh. I'm guessing that's the bathroom, but I'm wondering what all that stuff is for. That must be Katalo. This place look any more lived in? Nope.
What's this?
Alright. What you got to say, One Arm?
Mind if we have a word?
Of course not.
Must be strange, seeing everything through a focus now.
I can see machines like never before. Their strengths and weaknesses simply reveal themselves to me. To think that such a tiny object might be the most powerful weapon I've ever possessed.
Pah. It's true. Most of these people, you know, they only find out about a machine's strengths or vulnerabilities either when they try to smash them with something, or when they get a particularly lucky shot and something flies off. This thing on the side of your head tells you all that.
What do you think of this place? It must take some getting used to.
It's an efficient center of operations, and an acceptable training facility. Though it could use some more
Color.
Duly noted.
That is one thing about the Technos, about his tribe. They're very bright, and everything in here is just, you know, steely gray or cement or whitewashed white.
Does it still hurt?
It comes and goes. I try
Phantom.
not to think about it, but its absence is always present for me. It's difficult to explain.
I can't claim to understand. Only empathize.
Then you have my thanks.
I think what he's experiencing is what's called phantom limb syndrome. Some of you have probably heard of it before, but what happens is that, you know, his nerves are still... he's still, you know, remembering the sensation of things on his fingertips, and his brain is still trying to send and receive those signals. It'll take a while before it stops, if it ever does. but it's also gonna get weirder.
Have you spoken with Erend at all?
I've had little chance to. I did see him bring some ale from out east.
That stuff's as bitter as self-brush.
You get used to it, eventually. In fact, I wouldn't mind a drink myself.
I'm sure Erend wouldn't mind sharing.
Alright.
I should get going.
If I can help in some way, say the word.
I will. Thank you.
Huh. I wonder, are these strike pieces? I saw one of these on the table, and I couldn't help but think it looked like... I could have sworn that one of the pieces I saw looked like... Wait. Yes, that. On the table here when he was just...
So that's where the rebels chose to take a stand.
I suppose that's just my imagination. Alright. That's from the embassy, that's from the bulwark. There'll probably be something else here after I go to Demeter. But for right now...
Hey, look.
Yeah, I'm just here to regroup for a bit.
Well, okay. What can I do for you?
You still sifting through loads of data?
Yeah, it's interesting. There's lots of words.
Words.
I thought maybe I could try finding things with more, pictures in it. Not much luck there, but I did find out about these holofilms. Like images put together to tell a story. They were made to look like they were the real thing. The Oseram like shows. I bet they pay a lot of shards for those hollows.
That is true. Went back to Vegas. Need to tack that on into one of my clips later. But they got taller than the rest of them. They're showmen, all right. Let's see.
It seems like you're getting a hang of this data thing.
Yeah, it's been helpful. When I could make sense of anything. I did find the old ones enjoyed, only they let machines, sir. They even let the damn things cut you off before you saw the underside of a table. And that's half the fun. You won't see me letting a...
Sure.
What else have you been studying with your focus?
Yeah, I've been looking into this Vegas place you found. Gaia showed us everything that happened when you went to get that Poseidon thing. I mean, this Merlin guy seems pretty smart.
Ha.
So, risking the Tenakth clan lands for a light show is a bold move.
His crew knows how to handle themselves. Mostly.
Right.
How are things going around here?
Hey, you tell me. Varl's new girlfriend tried to kill me earlier.
What did you do?
I made one joke about how they, eat grass a lot. How does anyone fight with nothing but tree leaves in their stomach anyway?
From the looks of it, the Utaru.
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting her to be that fast.
Just try not to get hurt. I see someone's been playing Strike.
I'm just trying to get some practice in. Helps take my mind off things.
You should try playing Katalo. It's a Tenakth game. Maybe you'll learn something.
Oh, sure, Tenakth. Sure he won't try and kill me if I win?
Pretty sure.
He will probably immediately demand a rematch until he wins.
Do I smell ale?
I brought some over from Chain Scrape. With everything that's been going on, I thought we could all use a drink. Besides, there is nothing that brings people together like a good brew. That's what my sister always said, anyways. You're more than welcome to have some.
Maybe another time.
Yeah, I need to be clear-headed.
I should get going.
Back to reading, I guess. You be careful out there.
Alright. Now let's see what Varl has to say.
Aloy, it's good to see you.
Just thought I'd check in. You brought up Rost before. I do think about him. You know, he was all I had. And he brought me up the best he could. Not only that, when Hades discovered who I was and sent the Eclipse after me, he sacrificed himself so I could survive. But that seems like ages ago. So much has happened since. What I'm doing now, I don't think he could even begin to understand it. The Sacred Lands were all he really knew. So I can't let myself dwell on him. Not with everything I have to do.
I understand. Sometimes, when I think about my sister, about what she would have become if she had survived the Proving, it hurts. And I just need to bury it for a while. But only for a while, Aloy. You can't ignore it forever. Memories always come back. The ones that matter, anyway.
I know.
Very smart.
For now, the mission has to come first.
Fair enough.
Shit. She sounds like a Technos. Tanox. Why do I say it like it's two words?
It's hard to believe we're dealing with the original Zeniths. The same ones that left for Sirius 1,000 years ago.
To live on for so long, it doesn't seem natural.
Because it's not.
Exactly.
That weapon we found where Beta was hiding, any chance we can use that against them?
Sylens made sure that wasn't an option.
Why would he build something to hurt Far Zenith, yet allow them to capture you?
With Sylens, there's always an angle. We just don't know what it is yet.
Most likely, you know, he thought they'd be useful. Like Gaia said, Elizabeth Sobek's DNA essentially acts like a all-purpose command code and control node for the Zero Dawn facilities. They probably figured she'd be too useful for them to go and kill. He probably didn't expect, just like Aloy, that they would have their own clone of her.
What do you make of this Tilda the Beta was talking about?
Well, the way she described it, I can't shake off the feeling that Tilda wanted something from Beta. Maybe because she's Elizabeth Sobek's clone? But whatever she wanted, I don't think she got it. If we knew what it was, maybe we could use it to our advantage somehow.
I don't know. I don't think Tilda and Elizabeth were on the best of terms.
Oh well. At least we can take some comfort in knowing the Zeniths don't trust each other.
Maybe.
Yeah, but when bullets start flying, things like things as so-called important as prejudices and political views go right out the window. So I gotta imagine that personal animosity can be right alongside all of that.
You feeling okay?
I was just thinking about Beta and all that time spent with the Zeniths.
I think you mean lack of. Don't forget, she basically never met them until about a month before they probably landed and started putting Gaia back together.
To think someone would make a person just to lock them in a room to use when needed, like some sort of tool. Elizabeth Sobek sacrificed herself for the world, and yet they have no trouble treating Beta like a slave.
Another reason we have to stop them.
Yeah, and they tried to kill Aloy.
How's training?
Discovering something new about our past every day. When we first met, you asked me if I ever wondered what this world looked like when the old ones lived here. I thought it was strange at the time, but a lot has changed since I left the Embrace. Now I'm just trying to make sense of everything I thought I knew, and versus everything I know now.
The change is hard, but it gets easier over time.
I think the easiest thing to remember is that world existed then, and that was literally a world apart. 1,000 years, major cataclysms. I can tell you right now, I couldn't imagine living in this world. It's like one part camping and one part Jurassic, and one part one part Skynet, one part Jurassic Park, and one part camping trip.
I should get back out there.
We'll be here if you need us.
Now let's see about Zoe.
Aloy,
Hey, how's everything going?
I am well, but Varl told me Beta's having a hard time adjusting to life here with us. I wish there was something I could do to help.
I'm not sure any of us can.
A tree won't bear fruit in a day. We'll do our best to make her feel welcome.
The Zeniths did a number on Beta. But she seems to trust Varl.
I still can't believe she told him the Zeniths are immortals. Old ones who cut themselves off from the cycle of life and decay. I've never heard of anything so selfish. To deny our dying bodies to the earth. To doom the life that would bloom in their place. It's despicable.
Huh.
Are you guys training with Erend as well?
If you count trying to stick a spear in his gut as training, then yes.
I've been told. Please tell me you weren't being serious, though.
Of course not.
Now I gotta wonder what would happen if I talked to her first and then Erend.
Good.
I was going for a couple of broken bones. He called the Utaru leaf grazers. Laughed at the idea of us simple farmers being formidable fighters. Before I knew it, he and I were battling it out in the common room. The man is slow, but he can throw a hammer around. Don't look so worried. We're evenly matched. For now. Next time he's going down like a load of boar dump.
Just try not to kill each other.
Injuring his pride should be good enough.
That is true. He favors the heavy-handed approach. Berserker might be a good word. That armor of his lets him take a lot of damage, like a Tremortusk. He can take a lot of damage and then he gives it back, but he has to be careful because he has to be careful and time it right because of how heavy that hammer of his is. Compared to Zoe, who is really fast because she has almost no armor.
Is there anything I can help with around?
Oh, no.
Are you okay?
You and Varl have been friends for a while.
I think so.
I was wondering, what do you know about his mother?
Oh.
That bad, huh?
Why do you want to know?
He's spoken of his sister, Vala, but I noticed he avoids talking about his mother.
She's the war chief of the Nora. Best warrior the tribe's ever known. Tougher than a Thunderjaw, but she could be pretty harsh at times.
I see. That must have been hard on him. Thank you for telling me. I feel silly not being able to ask Varl directly.
I wouldn't worry about it. He's probably afraid Sona will scare you off someday.
I'd like to see her try.
I think she would approve of Zoe. What with her values and her steely grit. I really think those two would hit it off quite well. Of course, personally, I think that she would hit it off better with Kotallo.
Found anything else combing through that data?
Varl and I have been looking into the animals of the old world. Apparently there used to be thousands more species roaming around than there are today. Can you imagine that? I'd give anything to see them, even as holograms. Though I know that without Artemis or Apollo, that may prove difficult. At least I can find comfort in knowing Gaia used many of them as inspiration for her machines. Her memory honors them.
That's actually what they said before in Zero Dawn. That the machines that Gaia designed were almost like tributes to what came before. But there's also something else to remember. The same way that we found out that there are literally millions of seeds in the basement of this establishment, there are also probably tens of thousands of well, probably more like hundreds of thousands of zygotes frozen somewhere when they were supposed to rebuild the environment. Or no, not the environment, the ecosystem. Let me correct myself. Gaia said that there were first and second stage. That's the reason why we have things like owls and foxes and boars, but we don't, as well as spiders and basic insects and butterflies. But we don't have for example, like any large terrestrial predators. we're in North America, but I've never seen a real bear or deer or even a large, a large raptorial bird. So far, the only thing I've seen is an owl. No, like eagles or hawks. Although I suppose the vulture might count. It is technically a raptor. But you get the idea. That'll probably be, once we get Apollo and all that. Once we get Apollo, Artemis, Eleuthia, and all the rest back. We'll see how that goes in the next, either the next DLC or in the third game.
What are you going to learn next?
I'm not sure. I asked Gaia for suggestions, and she brought up data you found on something called a museum?
Museum.
From what I gather, the old ones would store knowledge in them for all to see and learn from, like you've done here for us. Maybe one day more people will be able to use this place to learn the way we have.
That sounds crowded, but nice.
I think that'd be more like an actual school or an academy.
Varl looks pretty focused.
He's been obsessing over the data revealed to us by Poseidon. Just the other day, we read about mountains hiding deep underwater that spew fire. If I understand correctly, Gaia said the flames they release come from the very center of the earth. Like a heart, beating with the life of the world. As always, the cycle can be found in even the most unlikely of places. Of course, Varl's mostly interested in watching explosions happen underwater.
He's talking about like the hydrothermal vents, I imagine.
I should get going.
Good luck on your cert.
Alright. Talk to everybody, got all the dialogue, and now it's time to go. I just wish I could remember. Let me just double check something. Thought so. Now, as I said, I did a lot of exploring, a lot of questing, and a lot of resource gathering. So I've actually covered a great deal of this map, but I've avoided doing any side missions. Until, of course, I can take care of Demeter, so that I can do stuff like this. And, I've unlocked most of the world. So for right now, let's go and get that taken care of. Who knows, maybe even get myself a new Claw Strider. Had to put down the last one after I ran into a pack of Apex Clamberjaws. Alright. Bristleback? Nah.
Could look around with my focus, try to match the Vista Point image.
Let's see. There were some Claw Striders here before. I was hoping I might be able to grab one. Oh well. over the river and through the woods. Whack, whack, whack. Ah, maybe I should pick a different way. Alright, just a quick double check about my new gear. Stealth and concentration. Increases damage after melee. What the?
All the bodies are Tenakth. Someone managed to take out an entire squad.
That's not good.
One thing's for sure. I'm not alone out here.
Is that a school bus?
There's lights in that ruin. I better keep my guard up.
There's definitely something going on.
I'd set that off if I shoot it with the right ammo. Oh, damn! Oh. Hold your fire! I'm not here to fight!
The barbarian's pinned down. Move in!
Excuse me? Barbarian?
Okay, whoever these people are, it looks like we're not gonna be friends.
Fine.
I need to get past these hostels and into the ruins.
For the quest!
For the who?
Yeah! One more step, barbarian! God. Give them some support! Protect the site! Kill her!
What'd that say? Quinn Marine?
Got her in my sight!
Helmet, I'm guessing. Give that a minute for him to back up.
Take her out, now! Doing that! Protect the site! Kill her! I'm firing! Oh no! I lost sight of her! Let's get a search started. Stay where to look. Okay. You see anything? Blade at the ready! We search! I'll check there! You'd better have my back. got nothing? Not one more step, barbarian! How'd I lose her? Protect the site! Kill her! Put her down!
Who are these people? And why are they out for blood? I better get to Demeter fast in case there's more of them. According to Gaia, it should be somewhere in these ruins.
Let's see. Anything good? Ah. None. Alright. FAS Biotech. Great. So this is a Faro Automated Solutions site. Well, that's just dandy.